Well, hello everybody. I am Artsy Fartsy. I have been trying for a while. I am new to YouTube though. I do have an Instagram. Sorry if this is super shaky. I am figuring out how to fix that at some point so you can see me draw. But I have finished this sketchbook about a week ago. Yeah. So, just so you guys know, I was on a mission while I was doing some of this. So some of the words relate to, sorry guys, some of the words relate to that. Yeah, it's interesting. Alright. So, let's get started with this. Alright. Skip page. Yeah, this one is like kind of super symbolic. I really like this type of sketchbook. It's like super nice. Yeah, it was stocked. So just notes. So some of the stuff in here is either really good or really bad. I didn't have a lot of time to draw or plan drawings. We were always running, always working a lot on what we were supposed to be doing. So yeah, not a lot of progression, I don't think. Maybe there was, but for sure not a lot of art. As you can see, the whole left side is blank until later on. She was one of my companions that I had to work with. She was obsessed with ice cream, and yeah. Just a bit of play on words. My mom was so nice as to make me a shirt with this on it. I really liked this one. Super good. You can see I make the little thumbnails on the left side. I was kind of feeling a little bit rebellious that day. Just kind of fan art from my favorite book, Reckless. Trying to draw on pen, I don't really like that. So this is almost like I was drawing a song from Taylor Swift's Begin Again. So yeah, shout out to T-Swizzle. That's what I thought it would look like playing out in my head. I didn't like the poses, they were too stiff for me. But the tree, anyone asking. So I really liked how this turned out. It was a drawing, like concept art for one of my characters that I wrote. You know, you write stories, but you don't really ever do anything with them. This is one of those. But I love this character and I love her dress and how it turned out. So this is just kind of thumbnailing, if I can speak. I was really bored, and so I drew Belle from Beauty and the Beast, even though it doesn't really look like her. It's because I didn't draw the background. I'm not very good at backgrounds right now. I'm gonna try and improve that in this next sketchbook. Just kind of, yeah. So this was for May the 4th be with you, and it was amazing. I thought it was so funny, because some of the elders are just the same person. This is colored with Copic. Another character from that same story, but I didn't really care for that drawing. And I don't know why I drew this so small on the left corner, and then like heart. I just don't understand. Yeah, that's supposed to be me. Just kind of messing around. Sorry, it's so shaky. My arm is getting tired. I think that face turned out really well, even though I didn't keep going with it. And then I love the old fashions and the fancy hats and the detailing. It's from Sing, if you don't notice. He's my favorite character. I think he has the best voice. I think, but you don't have to. This turned out really well. I like how this paper takes watercolor. It doesn't even really buckle under like anything. It does end up like if you use too much water, the paper does start to dissolve, but you know, you learn from it. Girl power. These are concepts for things that I did for other people. They're not in here. I did it on a watercolor paper. Alright, cool. We're back. Sorry I didn't sound very happy the last time. Yeah, so this video is in kind of like two sections. I didn't have time to fully video my sketchbook, and my battery ran out for my tablet. As you can see, I have kind of got more of a stable kind of thing right now. You can also see it's a little bit ghetto because there are my Copic markers over here. But you know, cheap person life. Yeah. So what I was saying was that, yeah, I'm actually really excited to show you guys these things. I'm nervous though, so gotta be patient with me. But yeah, so I was talking about this guy last time. He is actually a character from a different story. I think he's pretty, like, awesome. I'm still not sure about this design. I don't know if I'll ever go back to redesigning him. And yes, this is Gunther from Sing, my sister's favorite characters. Alright, so here we have skateboard stuff. One of my companions was kind of obsessed with this idea of her turning into a skater girl, so she asked me to draw one. Then I tried to experiment. It didn't really work out well, but I think I learned a lot about perspective and stuff like that. Still learning, you know, it's an ongoing process. Alright, so yeah, I was kind of feeling foggy this day, so that's why it's kind of foggy. It's not really, there's no real direction to it, but yeah. I actually love this so much even though I didn't finish it. I don't know why. It's just like good movement, good expression, just like, whoa, you know? Yeah, kind of a fail at trying to draw Princess Leia. And then over here we have some concepts of warriors that I was doing. They ended up looking really awesome, and maybe I'll show you one of them that I did someday, the other one my companion has. So it was around Halloween, and the way that I felt at home while I was away from home was to celebrate the holidays like in extreme. Like, I had socks that were like for every holiday, for every season, anything, and I always drew something to try and help me celebrate it even more. And so I drew this kid with a pumpkin. I think he's so cute and just adorable with a Superman costume on. As you can see, I was trying to draw an autumn scene, but yet it's a really tiny picture. Ended up way better than the bigger one, and it's so tiny. And then just concepts for like Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, this is that story where that guy Marcus is from. She's stabbing a guy because it's a fight scene, and I wanted to try it out, and I didn't get as much motion as I wanted to. Like here you can see I was like trying to get more motion and emphasis, but it didn't really work out all that well. That and yeah, it kind of scared people when they saw it in my sketchbook. I thought it was hilarious when they got scared. I love Toothless and Hiccup. Like, How to Train Your Dragon is one of my most favorite movies, so I had to draw them at some point. My go-to for drawing, you know, all artists have that go-to when they're bored but they want to draw. Mine is mermaids or fairies, and I decided to draw both in this one. Yeah, I love mermaids and fairies. You can see it coming around Christmas time. It's kind of like cold, and yeah. This is from the scene in A Christmas Story where the kid gets his tongue stuck on a light pole, or on the flagpole. Sorry. Yeah, I love that movie, and I just kind of wanted to, you know, celebrate Christmas. This is another character's design. I didn't really care for it. I thought it was just kind of like, I love this piece so much, and it's interesting because the way she looks and the feelings you get from this picture is exactly how I felt. Just kind of felt lost and just kind of not super happy this day, but seeing this, like, oh, that was amazing. Made me feel cool. Tried out doing a comic strip. I did not have the motivation to finish it, but it's there if I ever want it. By this point, I was kind of losing. I don't know. It's not like a will to draw, but it was almost like I was as like Tori would say, if you follow her on Juicy Ink, that I was leveling up, and I was like, ah, this just stinks, and I just hate it, and it was just awful, and everything was just not as I wanted, and I got so frustrated that this happened. So, yeah, it was just not, I was just not happy because I wanted to draw so bad and I couldn't. This is kind of how I felt when I got home. Yeah. It was just, when I got home, I was just having a hard time too. Like this, there's this stuff, and it just was not working. And then I did this, and it's a scholarship. It was for a scholarship. It was like a greeting card, and I was like, well, let's try this out. Again, I tried it. Some more greeting card. Like, oh, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Sorry. And I'm also sorry. I just realized that I made this video vertical, and the other parts of the video are not vertical. I'm so sorry about that. I'll figure that out. Maybe. Yeah. It's just like bad times here. Just kind of bad. Until I get here. Because I think what it was like I had this idea in my head and I just had to get it out. And I thought about it, how to piece it together. Finally it worked. And this one didn't work so well, but it's still not like awful. And then Meg. And she turned out really good actually, which I'm happy about. I was doing a concept for a painting that I did for my little sister. And this obviously is my icon, but for me it means so much because it's like I'm finally at the beginning of the rest of my life, and I'm just like, whoa, there's so many things that I could do, and so many endless possibilities, and it just kind of made me happy and just hopeful about the future. Alright, so here I started working with the Inktober prompts, and as you can see, I don't draw running guys very well. I tried to practice. I'm still trying to practice more of that, hopefully later on. Here's just kind of like, I'm thinking about changing the eyes that I do, but I don't know. And noses, I'm trying to do different noses. Just kind of get some different looks. As you can see, these are all my concepts for someone running, and it's just like, it was a bad project to begin with, I guess. Alright, so here are some concepts. This is actually a concept for the sketchbook that I'm using now. The prompt for me was like a little phrase from a song. I love doing drawings from songs. It was, "Let me pour out the rain." And then, yeah, just some good prompts. I actually didn't go with this one. I went with this one, but I want to try this one sometime. This one was divided. It wasn't my favorite, but it didn't turn out awful, I guess. Obviously I liked it, but yeah, I actually, if you want to see my Instagram, which is at bugslake19, I finished this one. Excuse me if my voice is nasty. So I did some concepts for this. Like, I wanted this to happen more. It just didn't happen, and I liked this one. But this one turned out, I just didn't like it. at all, really. And there was a like long neck and it just didn't really work out. Like, it's a cool idea for an animal, I guess. This is Rapunzel fighting. Thought it would be cool. The prompt was crooked, so I gave him a crooked staff. I actually liked this guy, even though I didn't do anything with him, but he's cool. This one was shy, and I tried to do it without using a basis for it. It didn't turn out very well, like, lots of disproportionate stuff going on, and it kind of just, I didn't like it. It made me mad-ish. Just kind of like, and there's not enough emotion. I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. Sorry. It's probably all that dust in my room. I really like this one. I'm gonna have to do something with this one someday. But it's a, Harpy. And I think it turned out pretty, like, awesome. Pretty awesome. I liked the concept for this. I'm not very good at drawing turtles. And I wanted more, like, trees on here, more island kind of feel, but I didn't do that. I was kind of lazy. Alright. This is a long sketchbook. My second attempt at running. Still not what I want it to be, but I used a reference for this, so it's better. Just kind of weird looking, but like, I think his head's too big. Sorry, I love coloring with Copics in my sketchbooks. My new sketchbook that I have, I can't color Copics in because it would bleed really, really bad. Like, more than just to the back of the page like this, but to the next page over. Kind of like how it happened, but like, it would be way worse. I'm so sorry I keep saying like. I'm nervous, I guess. Anyways, I wanted to try and redraw this pose. It's way better than I did it before, but I'm not super happy with it. I think it's because I think the kid, he's supposed to be a guy, but he looks like a kid because his legs are too short to me. And I feel like this size of sketchbook has kind of limited me, but I'm gonna try and make him taller sometime. And even in a sketchbook this size, I'm gonna try and make him taller and more stuff. So these are my OCs, Emmeline and Dean. She is, I just love these two, even though I haven't really developed them all that much. I'm shaking so bad. Let me do this. So I'm gonna try and continue developing their story. She is a witch. He is not, but he loves everything about her world being dark and all that stuff. And so they're perfect together, and they're just cute, and I like how even though he's the weirdo at school, she just accepts him, doesn't even think anything of it. She's not even a dark witch, even though the rest of her family is. She's just there to have fun, and it's just super cute to me. This is just kind of a fierce look. Just kind of drawn just to get it out. It's fun though. Loved this concept. I'm gonna revisit. If you noticed, I have a ton of Postits everywhere. That's to remind me to go back to certain things. So this prompt was covered, like mask, I think is what it was. I drew that, but I wasn't very happy with it, as you can see, at all. So I drew Batman, and he actually looks pretty good. Never drawn Batman before. I also love drawing angels. It's a weird obsession that I have that I don't know where I got it from, but I have it. Yeah. And then I thought this was super cute because it's a kid with a mud pie. And then ideas for another thing. Yeah. Boy in clouds. And then here's a concept, a little thumbnail. That's what they're called. I finally remembered. And this idea comes from the song When the Sun Met the Moon. It's by Panic at the Disco. Those of you that are watching that are fans of them, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. I'm not crazy. And so I thought it was really cute to do them. I did a bigger piece and I did it in wash. So here it was like angry was the prompt, I think. And I drew him once. I didn't like it, so I redrew him. It looks way better than it did. And then I had this idea for like a kissing scene, and I don't know how to draw people kissing, and it's just kind of bad. And you'll see, it's just like the last page is like that, and so I was trying to figure it out. So it just kind of, and there's thumbnails for this piece over here, and it's just kind of trying to figure it out, and that's probably why he's really angry. That's what I keep thinking. Here, IOC's again. She's not a ditz, but she's just not someone you should take into the wilderness with just a really ancient map. They're trying to find their way home. So this is why I had to learn the kissing scene. It didn't turn out awesome, like super what I wanted it, but it turned out well enough. It was supposed to be juicy, as you can see I wrote in the corner, but I thought of like Coldplay's song, something just like this, and I imagined a girl just ripping off the mask of a superhero and just wanting him just for him and no one else. So I had goals in here for this sketchbook. As you can see, it took me over an entire year to finish it, but my goals were to have more meaningful things and more fantastical and draw more guys. I have a problem with not drawing a ton of guys and just kind of not doing that. Yeah. This is one of those Pentalic. I love these sketchbooks. I have 2 of them now. It's like real leather cover, and it just feels good. It closes up, takes watercolor well, takes Copics well. And thank you guys for whoever watches for watching this and for supporting me. I am quite new here, but I'm trying. I'm not very good at editing either. And I also have to do this from my tablet, so that's also why it's so shaky, because I don't have a video editor that I can just use. And YouTube doesn't really have enough like tools for me to figure it out. But thank you guys for watching. I will try and do some speed paints in real time and whatever. I know people like that. Just if you watch this and you want to give me feedback, I would love that feedback on if you want me to do some speed paints with voiceovers, or just talk about drawing or anything like that, or just even ways that I could improve as an artist. It'd be greatly appreciated. Yeah, all of y'all have a good day, and go out there and get artsy.